Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going to be reviewing a 2022 Chevy Silverado 1500 RST with the Duramax engine, and I'm going to explain in today's video why this is the best possible build on the new Silverado. Before we get in the video though, I do want to mention a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Chevy here in Provo for giving me some time with this truck. Check out the inventory in the description down below. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into the video. So the first cool thing about this truck is the powertrain. We have a 3-liter inline-6 turbo diesel that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission known as the Baby Duramax. It's good for 22 around town and then 26 on the highway from a fuel economy standpoint. And then power outputs are 277 horsepower and then 460 pound-feet of torque. And this engine has been known to be very reliable, very robust, and also it's been known to get better fuel economy ratings than what the EPA rates it at. So the next cool thing about this specific truck is this is an RST. So first off, you guys will notice with the Duramax badge, for example, it has been blacked out to make the truck look a little bit sportier. This one also has the Z71 package. We'll get into that in a little bit. And then coming here to the front end, you guys can see here we've got these nice LED daytime running lights with the bright LED headlights. And then notice how the whole front grille is either blacked out or body painted, which looks really nice, kind of lends to the sporty aesthetics. And then also the Chevy bow tie has been blacked on the center, blacked out tow hooks, and then the blacked out trim there at the bottom, and then body colored bumper. And so with all of that together, it has this cool sporty appearance, and that's why I like it so much. Now coming around the side here, we've got two 75mm tires wrapped around 20-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. And you can see from a design perspective, the wheel is all blacked out, which again is another thing that I love about this truck. And then notice the Chevy bow tie has been blacked out. Now, Z71 package. So you can see here from a tire perspective, these tires are a little bit more aggressive, so you could do some off-roading. And these tires are also going to perform fantastically in the snow. Fantastically, we'll pretend like that's a word. And you also get upgraded shocks here. You can't really see it from the front. We'll show you in the rear. You can see here with the splash guards, and then notice the mirror is blacked out there at the top. And then popping here to the rear, another splash guard. You can see the leaf springs here in the back. And you can see that off-road shock is part of the Z71 package. It has the Rancho shocks. And so not only does this truck look cool and sporty, and here's your full side profile view, but on top of looking cool and sporty, it has some off-road capability. Next thing, we've got our key fob here that has the unlock, the lock, the remote start, and then the drop down for the tailgate. Payload capacity is 1,630 pounds, and then towing capacity is 9,000 pounds. If you guys are wondering, we're on a slope, so it's not gonna drop down by itself, because, yeah. Anyways, another thing I love about this truck, other than the fact that it's very capable from a payload and towing capacity perspective, protection already from the factory. And then you guys can see here with the LED lights, and we have an outlet here in the bed as well. And then notice there with the cargo light there at the top. But yeah, you don't have to worry about scraping paint or anything like that. So again, adds to the practicality. And if we go from that, notice everything's blacked out here from a logo perspective on the back, which I really like. Parking sensors here at the bottom. And I guess it's the only thing I don't like about the truck is the exhaust tips are still finished in chrome. I think they should black those out as well. But anyways, got the bumper steps, and then we have Chevy's signature taillights, and there's the rear. Now here's the next thing that I love is this redesigned interior on the RST. So you can see here with the wood trim at the top, and then notice the padding down below and that double stack design that looks really unique. And then you got the speaker for the sound system. And then here are the seats. So the thing I love about these seats is they're actually very comfortable. You can see they've got some give to them. Behind the seat storage. And these are extremely easy to clean off because they don't have any perforations in them. So if you do take this on off-road adventures, easy to clean off. Storage space underneath, and then you can see a couple cup holders, and then we've got our vents here with the USBs, and then notice here with the flooring that goes all the way across, and space in the back of this truck. Look at this. I mean, it's great. Now let's head to the front. Now going over the door panel here at the front, you can see again with that wood trim, then notice the silver, and then again with this double stack design on the armrest situation. Window controls, front window is automatic. That's all I care about personally because, well, I'm usually by myself when I drive vehicles. World's smallest violin. Start playing it. Anyways, here are the mirrors. And then another speaker for the Bose sound system. Looks cool. Front seats, same as the rear in terms of how they're stylized, and again, just as easy to clean off. And then you can see here with the adjustments on the side. pedal layout down below. And then notice here with our drive mode select, the tow haul mode select, parking brake, light controls here, and also with the drive line select. And let's pop in. Now here is the steering wheel with the RST. You've got really nice padding all around the steering wheel, and then notice darker stitching in the center. Again, blacked out Chevy bow tie. And then all the controls with the new Silverado are easy to use, and they're very nicely labeled. And we have paddle shifters here that make manual shifting a lot easier. And then radio controls here on the back. And then turn signal, windshield wiper stalk. And so again, very straightforward. Now here's the new digital gauge cluster. Pretty simple, right? There's some menus you can scroll through here in the center. I just love the look of the digital gauge cluster, and the fact that the RST has a digital gauge cluster means that this is a win for, well, in my opinion. Notice tow haul mode, normal. And then we've got other drive modes as well. We have our sport and then our off-road, and it shows the Silverado going to the different modes, which is pretty cool. And yeah, just, I mean, fantastic. Notice that we don't even have a full tank of gas, 405 miles of range. Not a full tank of gas. And this truck hasn't even been broken in yet. So just imagine like how much range you can get with this. Just tons of practicality. Now the next thing I love about the RST is it gives the upgraded infotainment system, which is really easy to use. You have shortcut buttons here on the side, and then you have this auxiliary screen, which lets you scroll through a couple different menus. And then you have the main screen, which response time's great and it's easy to use. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay also are a part of it. And popping it into reverse, you can see with the backup camera, having the bigger screen, you have a bigger camera view as well, which shows you out of like every single angle on the truck. And that's another cool thing about the RST package, is getting this 360 camera system with the truck. And so yeah, just overall, they've nailed it from a camera system perspective. It even has a bed camera as a 1500 series truck. So that's another thing that I like about this specific truck. And then down below, they have a bunch of analog controls for everything if you don't necessarily want to have to dive into a touchscreen. So like if you want your lane departure on or off, your parking sensors, your auto stop start, if you want to drop down the tailgate, hazard lights, stability control, hill descent control. If you want to roll down all the windows at once, you have that. Trailer brake controls. And then notice analog controls here for the climate system. It does have dual zone climate, which is another nice feature. Heated seats for the front, no cooled seats. That's another slight downside with this package, but that's okay. Got the USBs right there. Notice all the storage here. And then I love the new shifter. Just feels like you're doing something substantial when you shift this into gear. And then you can see here with the center console, look at all the padding. And then notice the storage space, look at the wireless phone charger. So that's another nice thing, is just center console. It's easy to use, got tons of storage space. And then look at this, dual glove box. So even more storage space. And then look at the wood trim there. And then you got the nice padding here on the dash as well. This doesn't have the camera mirror, so that's another slight downside. Okay, this truck's almost perfect, okay? And then we do have a power sliding window. And no sunroof. And guess what? After having sunroofs in trucks for a long time now, I don't ever use them, so I'm okay with no sunroof. Universal garage door openers too. Boom. Now the last thing I want to talk about has to pertain to the pricing with this truck. So again, 2022 RST, and you can see the standard equipment here that comes with the RST. Notice a lot of stuff is standard. Base price, $51,800, which for truck prices in today's world is actually very affordable. Notice the Z71 package adds like the shocks and the skid plates and all that, which I think is definitely worth it. And then after all packages on this truck, it's stickers for $61,435. Now hear me out on this. I know that sounds like a lot of money, and yes, that is a lot of money, and some of you might say, hey, I got a luxury package on a truck for less than that a few years ago. Okay, good for you. In today's world, that's actually really reasonable for all the stuff you're getting with this truck. Remember, we have a diesel engine under the hood that gets great fuel economy, has a solid towing capacity. We have a bunch of safety tech features. We have a really nice infotainment system, and we have a full digital gauge cluster as well, with a truck that I think looks fantastic, has some off-road capability. And if you do like a loaded up LTZ nowadays, you're gonna be closer to like $70,000. If you do a ZR2, which is all about off-roading, you're gonna be over $70,000. And then if you do something like a Trail Boss that's loaded up, close to $70,000. And so this just gives you a bunch of really cool equipment and cool looks, and it's not as expensive as the fully loaded Silverados. And so this is just a really good value. And so I think the RST is the truck to get in the new Silverado lineup. Now that is going to sum things up for our video on this RST. I want you guys to let me know what you think about this specific truck. Obviously, I think it is awesome, and I think this is like the perfect package for the new Silverado. Anyways, A huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Schmiller Chevy here in Provo for giving me some time with this truck. Again, check out the inventory in the description down below. They have this one available for sale. They have a bunch of trucks with the 2.7 4-cylinder available for sale as well, if you would prefer that powertrain, and I'll see you guys.